How about a little Torah?
Little Torah.
How about a little Torah? Good news from the prayer list. My friend Rusty Gerhardt's brain surgery turned out very well.
Very good.
Baruch Hashem on that. He called me. He was speaking very clear. He says he still got a little blurred vision here and there. They make him throw a ball up against the wall and catch it, and he used to be a professional baseball player, and he can't catch a beach ball off a big wall. He says,
bless his heart.
I feel kind of bad, but anyhow, he's alive and well, so we will continue to pray for him, I believe, for his full recovery. And Rabbi Back's father passed away, who was 86, I find, and he said he thought he was only sick one day of his whole life. You know, never had a cold, never had nothing, and died. So anyway,
well, that's a blessing.
Yeah, he was out in California, so he and I did not have class Monday or Tuesday. We only had class today.
Okay.
And so with this Parsha, there's actually two, and I only read the one, and it was that much in the Zohar, so it was quite lengthy. But so I am going to read the next one, and if my memory serves it right, it's enormous. The next one here is this, for y'all's viewing pleasure, it's the entire book.
Oh my goodness.
And that's the second
That's
Parsha?
the second Parsha of this week's Parsha.
Wow.
Now, and so as you can tell, we're going to be behind a little,
Let's be behind.
which is fine. But I think it's very important that hello, darling. I think it's very important that we go through this, because what I'm able to find as going through it, to be real honest, here's the secret of the red heifer.
I don't want to go over that good.
Okay, all right. So, the red heifer's in here.
I want to go over that really. I'd rather be
the book of
behind.
Exodus too.
Yeah, and I mean, so I want to stay on track. Yet I don't want to miss anything.
I'd rather be behind than be without.
And so, with that being said, in this Parsha, in the Zohar, there is a huge section on Shabbat, on what it is.
That's
Okay.
good stuff.
And I think what we'll do, I think what I've decided to do for this class, because it's an advanced class, is once we are through with the Parshas, we're going to go back through the Zohar, and I'm going to pick out certain parts in it that I just kind of breezed over, like cover Shabbat good, and then like cover the donkey driver, and some of these real cool stories, and Jonah is actually in this Parsha.
Okay.
All right, and the reason Jonah is in this Parsha is because Jonah is, as you know, part of the soul, story of the soul.
Yeah.
All right, and that is the story of the Ark of the Covenant, which
That's
is a
interesting.
coffin for Zeranpin.
Good.
So.
Yeah, that'll be really
The story gets very interesting and very deep. And so I just kind of want to give you a little introduction of some stuff. Passover is right around the corner. And as you know from our previous Parshas, Pesach is the most important one because it's kind of the first one, that if you would, in order, you know? And if you don't eat the matzah, then at Rosh Hashanah, you are subject to judgment. So it's very, very important to keep this feast, to drop whatever you're doing, and if you have to take off work, whatever you have to do, your soul and your life depend on it. So, well,
Hey, call me back, class. Bye.
yeah. We'll have to get with Chad, and Chad will have to take off now. We're actually having it at your house, correct?
Yes, on Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Okay. Now, when is the Passover at Cleburne?
On Monday.
On that Monday.
On that Monday at
Oh, okay.
after sundown. I think candle lighting is like at 7:23 or something like that.
Sunday after sundown, right?
No, Monday,
Monday
after sundown.
Okay.
Okay. Well, when is the time? When is Passover?
Monday.
Monday.
First night is Monday. The second night is Tuesday.
Okay. So so it's Monday night in Cleburne and it's Tuesday night at your house.
Right.
Okay. All right. So,
Do you have to go to both?
You don't have to go to both.
no.
So
But,
when are you putting your life at peril if you miss?
you're not. You just need to, on Passover feast, celebrate the Passover and eat the matzah,
Well,
you know?
last night I canceled my reservation to Anita's.
Well, that's fine. We'll do it at Russell's.
Yeah, just do it. Just come on. You know, that's the reason we do it at two places.
Because I just couldn't handle such a long night and going to work on
Yeah,
Tuesday morning.
and
It's tough.
it's a long way for us too, and all that. So,
It's-
That's why you're not supposed to work on Tuesday.
you know,
Do what?
That's when you're not supposed to work on Tuesday.
is Tuesday
I didn't
is
think-
Tuesday a Shabbat, a complete Shabbat?
I think
Complete
it's a complete
Shabbat.
Shabbat. That is Tuesday is the complete Shabbat.
Right.
Not Monday's not the complete Shabbat.
No, not Monday. Starting at 7 say 7:20. So starting at 7:20 Monday night through Wednesday night is the 2 days of
If you were
Passover.
if Israel was here,
Yeah.
then it would only be Tuesday.
okay. So Tuesday's the main
Out of
day.
yeah.
Okay, that's the question.
Yeah.
All right. So
That's the Shabbat.
Tuesday's the Shabbat.
Right.
Are
So
y'all going to Anita's or all y'all?
Well, we'll go to Anita's Monday night.
I'm not going up there. I'm not doing it twice. So
We'll be up there almost all weekend.
I'll probably take off that Tuesday and have a Sabbath off,
Right.
and maybe Tuesday morning I'll go over to Russell's and
Slaughter.
we'll slaughter, and I'll work and help prepare the meal all day and be ready to eat it for that night.
Right.
And we may take a break, come in town, and have class. Bax won't be teaching class that week.
He will not. No, he won't be doing it that day for sure.
He won't be doing it Monday.
And you won't have it that night.
I won't have it that night, and we won't have it. He may do it Wednesday.
Yeah.
I
So-
think so you may have a class just one day that week.
All right. Well, here we go. We would like to dedicate this tour study to Debbie January, John Culliver,
My mind is just.
Catherine, Yehuda Chai Ben Matai Sam Peak, Yona Barrett, Susan Lipson, Rusty Gerhardt, Sean Stafford,
Stuff is on my kitchen
Bot
counter.
Berea, and anybody else?
Yona is a lot better. He's fully recovered from his knee surgery.
Yona
is
is
better.
better.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
But we definitely want to keep Sam on there, and
Yeah.
we want to definitely, put some prayer in for a transplant,
Okay.
because we want to see that take place, and the sooner Hashem put that together, the
better?
That is
Better.
the smoking, Russ. That's a big check. That's the one thing stopping
you
it.
right
Yeah.
on that.
Yes.
On the backside of that, if you like.
But that's a simple thing for God.
Yeah.
So,
We can work
let's
on that.
Want some paper?
thank God for His Torah.
Yeah, I gave her some. That's right.
Master of the universe, creator of all things, we thank you for giving us the Torah. And may the Torah we learn tonight, we remember. And we say the prayer of the Ari, because we study heavily in the Zohar. So, ruler of the universe and master of all masters, Father of mercy and forgiveness, we thank you, our God, and the God of our fathers, by bowing down and kneeling, that you brought us closer to your Torah and your holy work. And you enable us to take part in the secrets of your holy Torah. How worthy are we that you grant us with such a big favor. That is the reason we plead before you, that you forgive and acquit all of our sins, and that they should not bring separation between you and us. May it be your will before you, our God and the God of our fathers, that you will awaken and prepare our hearts to love and revere you, and may you listen to our utterances and to open our closed hearts to the hidden studies of your Torah. And may our study be pleasant before your place of honor, as an aroma of sweet incense. And may you emanate to us light from the source of our soul to all things of our being. And may the sparks of your holy servants, through which you revealed your wisdom to the world, shine. May the merit and the merit of our fathers and the merit of their Torah and holiness support us, so we shall not stumble through our study. And by their merit enlighten our eyes in our learning, as it is stated by King David, the sweet singer of Israel. Open my eyes so that I will see the wonders from your Torah, because from his mouth God gives wisdom and understanding. May the utterances of my mouth and the thoughts of my heart find favor before you, God, my strength and my Redeemer. Amen.
Amen.
All righty. Now, this parsha this week, there's two parshas. And there's a reason for that. Because every seventh year is a leap year. And so everything is going in cycles of 7. And because of that, there has to be balance. Now, the balance is for the feast. So that Passover's in the spring, and Rosh Hashanah's in late summer, and Tabernacles is in the fall, because everything has to fall in line with the seasons. Because it has to do with the worship of the sun and the moon. Now, if you make that
Well, that didn't sound right.
and
Yeah, what do you mean?
if you make that an idolatrous statement, it is worship of the sun, the big ball of fire, and the moon, the big bright thing at night. But when you're talking Zeron, Pin, and Nukva, the sun and moon, everything changes. So, the Muslims worship the moon. Only the moon. And on their flag is a crescent moon.
So is that moon nukva or moon?
Just Malchut. It has no light.
Moon.
It's just, you see what I'm saying? It's moon,
Oh, but it's not getting.
but it has no
from the sun.
light. So that's why Ramadan sometimes is in summer, sometimes Ramadan's in winter, sometimes Ramadan's in. See, there's no order because it has no sun. And if you read in the Psalms and in Proverbs, and it talks about the sun of righteousness, S-U-N, Zah. It's talking Zah. Zeron, Pin, and Nukva. Alright? It's not the S-O-N of righteousness, it's the S-U-N of righteousness.
But it's both of them together.
But it's a unity.
It's Zah
Because
and nukva.
It's Zah and Nukva, because without the moon, there is no union. Without the female, there is no union.
So the son of righteousness is with union.
Yes, and this is why all women cycle on moon phase. All animals cycle
days.
on moon phase. It's because it's hooked into the moon. The Nukva, Rachel, Malchut, has no light of its own. Now, Does anybody know what the number one reason in Torah it says for you that gives you a right to divorce your wife?
On unfaithfulness.
No.
She doesn't produce any children within
No.
5 years.
Just read that recently. She doesn't please you.
She does not have union with her husband. Number one reason. Number one reason. We find that in this parsha this week, whether it be whatever the excuse. It's the number one reason that they have for divorce in Torah, and we're gonna go through that now. In this parsha here, everything is having to be rectified. Everything's having to be balanced. All right. If you remember, we went through the parsha, and they were talking about making the tabernacle and all the utensils and the linen and the this and the turquoise and all of that, and we found that it wasn't even written in order, right? Because the golden calf scenario hadn't even happened, right? And then now you read this parsha, and it's re-quoting the exact same thing. And you got to get the tabernacle going, and you got to get the ark going, and you got to get this going, and you got to get that going. You got to wreck this and do this and do this and do this, and get all these same things that we had 2 parshas ago. All right. So what's going on here? Why is it not in order, number one? But why did God choose to write the Peshat in that sequence? And I came up with this today, and I was right on.
Well, the first time was the first 40 days that Moses was in absolute on the mountain with.
But there's no need for a temple.
He was teaching. Oh,
They're in absolute. There's no need for a temple.
If there was a temple, they would be the temple, and the temple would be them.
They were the temple, and yeah, exactly. Well, here's what happens. You have the upper temple, which is the first utterance. And what separates the upper temple from the lower temple? The golden calf episode. That's what caused it to fall. So it's quoted once, which is the higher, Zah. Then there's the parsha of the golden calf, which caused the fall, which happened before that. But they don't write it before that, they write it after that, because it's what causes separation of the lower temple, the Nukva, the sun and the moon. You see what I'm saying? Now, so we have here a episode that happened in last week's parsha, where the 2 sorcerers, the sons of Bilam, of Laban, all that whole chain, and it said, and they gathered around Aaron. Remember that? They gathered around Aaron, and Aaron wasn't able to guard himself. And this was Aaron's what caused him to have the fall. While one was distracting him and handing him the gold, the other one was doing the ritual, making it happen. Right? And it said, and they gathered around Aaron. Well, who gathered around Aaron?
Erev.
The Erev Ra. Exactly. Well, so if you happen to have your Torah in front of you, Vayakhel. Does anybody know what the name of the parsha Vayakhel means? It means to gather or assemble.
Assembled. Moses assembled, yeah.
Can you spell
But-
that? Vayakhel?
Vayak'. You can spell it like that, or you can spell it
H-E-L.
H-E-L-E. Vayakhel.
Means what?
Vayakhel means to
Assemble.
gather,
Together assemble.
to gather or assemble. So, with the prequel story I just told you, what's going on? And Moses assembled the entire assembly. See, you see how he used that word twice? Assembled the assembly. He's never used the word, and Moses Vayakhel, the entire Vayakhel of the children of Israel, and said to them. Who did he leave out?
Aaron.
Erah. These are the things that Hashem has commanded you to do. And the rest of the parsha is listing all those things. All right? So in this first sentence here, it's the key to the whole thing. Because what is he doing? When you gather something, you separate something else. So what is the remedy? What is the remedy of the golden calf?
The separation.
The separation. He is separating the children of Israel from the Erev Ra. And this is the secret of assembly. The entire assembly of the children of Israel. Now, what he is trying to do is mop up the golden calf problem. All right? Because it said, and they came to Aaron and gathered around him. And Vayakhel. It's used there too. So the way back in is the other way. If it falls out this way, that's also the way back in. It's the same door. Follow me? Mm-hmm. Y'all following that? Mm-hmm. And so Moses gathered. See, he gathered the front side from the back side. He separated it out right then. And then he makes the rectification. What is the fix? And it says, and here it's so subtle. These are the things What did the Erev Ra say to Aaron? Did they say, this is your Elohim? They said, these are your Elohim.
They said that to Moses?
Yeah.
Or Aaron.
No, to Aaron.
To Aaron.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
These are your Elohim. The golden calf. They use the word these. They didn't
Yeah,
use the
that
word
didn't make
this.
sense.
Because anytime you use the word these, it's always evil. These, if you say these in the Bible, it's always evil.
What verse is that?
In 35?
Chapter 35?
Chapter 35, verse 1. These are the things.
That's when Moses is speaking.
That's when
These are
Moses
the
is speaking.
things. Yeah, right.
Okay, so see, that's the remedy to these are your Elohim, which is the golden calf, which was a calf and a donkey.
Do you know where these are your Elohim is?
Yeah, it's been our last portion.
Oh, you're talking about that's in last week.
Yeah, in last week's portion. I don't know exactly where it is.
Let's see here. What was that? Uh-oh.
There's somebody in trouble.
Well,
Okay, I'll find
you
it.
just have to find it.
But that's interesting. That's
Your
interesting.
call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
But you
2547.
say this is the remedy. 35:1 is the remedy to this other verse.
Mm-hmm.
Was it, where was it?
No, no, it does say, it does in here, it does say this.
This
Well,
is your Elohim.
Yeah, it does say this, but these, the word these, and let's go here to the,
Did you find it in the verse? And
Yeah.
I'll see what it
Yeah,
is in
yeah.
Hebrew.
yeah, 32:8. Furthermore, since they sinned by using the word these are your gods, that the word is actually these. It's not this. O Israel, by opposing the holy usage of the word to use to rectify them, and Moses presented with, these are the things. So, what he's and I've seen it many times in the I don't know why they translated that to as this.
Well, because it's art scroll. That's one reason. Both of these books are.
It should be these. So, what Moses is doing is he is using the antidote of everything. And what is that? What is the antidote? It says, on 6 days work may be done, but the 7th day shall be holy before you. For whoever does work on it shall be put to death. You shall not kindle your fire on your dwellings on the Sabbath day. What does he say the secret is? What is the remedy?
The Shabbat.
The Shabbat.
Ah,
The secret is Shabbat. The secret of the remedy of the golden calf is
that's
Shabbat.
big news right there.
Now, when did the serpent seduce Eve?
On the 6th day.
On the 6th day, when?
In the afternoon.
In the
Cool of the evening.
evening.
On Shabbat.
On the
Yes.
eve of Shabbat. What did they do? So, are you there? Okay. So, the Nakash seduced Eve on the evening of Shabbat. What did they do on the golden calf? Same thing.
It was the evening.
It was it was in the last hour, the 6th hour, or whatever.
Did they already know there was a Shabbat
Yes.
in either case?
Sure. But what did they say happened? Moses is gone. Moses is gone. Who
need
is
a
going
leader.
to lead? What were they concerned about?
Who to follow?
They were concerned about how to get around in the desert. And I'm fixing to tell you the secret of what the golden calf was. So the first secret is number one is Shabbat. What does he say the second remedy is? And you shall not kindle fire in your dwelling.
That's separate from the
Well,
overall.
fire's the second remedy? Or the.
Not cooking.
Yeah, and you should not kindle a fire.
But that's not included in the Shabbat, so,
Well,
I mean,
it's-
they've got it separate.
Yeah, it can be included in Shabbat if it's cooking, but if you're just burning trash, you can't do that either.
But I thought it said that you could have heat, like to heat up your house.
I don't know about that. I don't know if it is, 'cause they don't even burn the light bulb in the refrigerator.
Yeah, they don't even burn light bulbs for
Well, I
that.
read that in one of those books.
Why?
I wonder, how does the heat work then?
Why
Cold
is
Jews and up north.
Well, the heat may already be on.
and like even Bria has a warming oven where it's on.
Right.
Because
Right.
kindle it means to start.
Yeah.
Right. So if you
Okay.
have your heat on low, you know, or whatever,
Yeah.
your house is on, your heat is on, yeah.
So why the question is why?
Kindling fire.
What is okay? Come on, class.
Let me think.
You guys are smart.
But it's what? What's our answer? What's our question?
Why kindling fire?
Why is fire the big deal?
Well, that's what they melted the calf with in the gold
Yeah.
and created it with.
Oh, okay, but on a larger scale.
It reflects.
Okay,
I mean,
yeah, but what? So
light.
what is fire there? What is fire? Where is fire?
Where is fire?
That's the question.
Earth, wind, and
Yeah,
fire.
fire.
Where is fire?
Bina. No.
Guvaro.
Guvrote.
Fire is Guvarot.
Okay, I should have been able to guess that.
Fire is Guvarot. What did the Satan, the Nakash, do? He attacked the Guvarot. It's the most susceptible.
I got you.
So you don't arouse, so to speak, the evil Nakash. That arouses the evil side.
You mean fire does?
Yeah.
Building
Yes.
fire. Building a fire.
Building a fire.
Dragon fire.
Right.
Okay, that is the higher level to the halakha, because it was one of the 39 levels of work, but then the spiritual aspect behind that work was that it arouses the evil nakash.
Now, what's cool about this whole deal is what happened with the golden calf. They threw it in and it made itself, right? Mm-hmm. Well, guess what happened with the rest of this thing?
Turn into a donkey.
And I was sitting down, that's why it's done.
It says, on 6 days, work may be done. It doesn't say, on 6 days you shall work. It says, on 6 days, work may be done.
Like if you choose to.
No. Read deeper
Oh.
into the text. I just told you the answer. They threw the gold in the golden calf and it came out on its own.
So that's not work. Because they didn't sculpt it.
The tabernacle and the utensils and everything, they came out on their own. On 6 days, the work will be done. Work will be done.
Oh wow.
As creation was. And God said it and it came out on its own. So, all this stuff that they were going to make, it made itself.
Or
So like-
Hashem made it.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
But
So he made all of the utensils, he made all of, at
But
this
they didn't
point.
take a artsman to sit there hammering and pounding.
No,
and
because
beating
why?
and-
It cannot have a man's hand on it. It cannot be chiseled. It built itself.
is that just the gold?
Well, they took
Or
the gold.
Or entire, are you talking about the entire, including
Everything.
the linens and
Yes,
and the
everything.
coverings and
The whole thing. The whole thing. And then it said, and Moses erected the tabernacle. Who is Moshe at this point?
Metatron. Oh,
He's there on Peen.
Oh, he's there.
Yeah, because it keeps iterating. And Moshe and Joshua, the son of Nun. And the son of Nun. And the son. Why does it always say in Joshua, the son of Nun? It doesn't just say in Joshua. It doesn't ever just say in Joshua. It always says Joshua, the son of Nun.
Because of the power of the nun. And the
What is the nun? The nun? Nun? What word do we know that sounds like nun?
Nun. The letter nun?
Nun? What word do we know that sounds like that? I even wrote it in the right spot, so give it away.
Nukva.
The Nukva! And the sun stood still for whom?
It stood still for Joshua.
Because he's
son of-
the Nukva.
Ah.
So, the husband did what the wife requested on the Peshat level. But Joshua's the Nukva. Zah is Moshe. They are the two key players in this game here. Okay? So here is the word for a symbol, a dot, is called a dot. So we're going to talk about that for a second. And a dot, a symbol gather, which is the same word for Vayakhel. Now, this is it's the word for congregation. I'm sorry. It's dot. A dot is the word for congregation, which is Moses assembled the entire assembly of the entire congregation. All right.
So it's a noun.
Why does he use the word a dot? What does a dot sound like?
I don't know.
Dot.
Huh?
Dot.
If we take this A and put that A there,
It's dot.
and if we just put the mem right there of Moses, it's Adam. Now, something very strange going on here. We have to rectify Erev Ra, and on this side we have
Ah.
a dot.
Finally got to it. The word in Hebrew,
Huh?
because I'm still going back. I'll catch up with y'all in a minute. Let me see if I can say it right. Le is these.
These. It should be these.
It translates these.
It's these.
So the Hebrew word in that verse
Is
that was
these.
this is these.
Thank
Yes.
All right, thank you. I'm up with y'all now.
Okay. All right. Glad to have you back, Russell.
Okay.
Mark,
Okay.
mark it out right in these.
Okay. So if we have Erev Ra did the golden calf, the rectification is the congregation of Israel. Well, we know that this word here is da'at. What caused the fall in the beginning? The tree of
No.
knowledge. The tree of da'at. You see the story in the garden playing over here? Now, the gematria of da'at is 474. Does anybody know what the gematria of the Erev Ra is?
Probably 470.
No,
It's 474. Very
Good deal.
good, Teresa.
I've never been
Very
able to-
good. Now, does
I've never been-
anybody get now why Moses brought them out of Egypt?
Would he bring the da'at?
He
The
brought-
fallen da'at?
He brought out the fallen da'at.
Oh.
Which is a congregation.
Because if we drew a circle around this, and we drew a line through it, we have to have front side
Back.
and back side.
So the Erev Ra
Is the back side of Moshe's Da'at. That's why
Oh, wow.
they treated him like a mother. Well, why do we have to do this? And why do we have to do? They were his children. Who is he? He's Adam. See, Adam had no choice either. Adam had no choice. The backside of Da'at was blemished. Where from? Right back over here in Nekodim, when the light hit it and it shattered. Because it was flawed here, it was flawed in Adam in the garden. And because it was flawed there, it was flawed at the golden calf. But they had to keep bringing it out because that's the rectification. So what is the rectification?
Well, they were waiting for it to mature.
What's the
Then-
rectification? Separation. Now, what is the secret of the minister, the apostle Paul?
He separated the church from
the
Israel,
from
and he
Israel.
separated the Erev Ra from
From Da'at. The reason the Jews allow Christianity and Paul to proliferate is he is the one that separates Da'at. He gathered the Erev Ra and they made their own church and they call it Christianity. That's what purifies Israel. That's what purifies Adam's Da'at. That's why they don't combat it.
because it ain't them anymore.
It's a...
Hello.
Hello?
Say that again?
The reason they don't combat Paul is because he has separated the evil out of Israel. He's taken it onto himself and they made a church. As Moses took out Israel, he's taken out the Erev Ra.
On purpose or?
On purpose. Now, he doesn't know he's doing it on purpose. This is God's divine plan. This is God getting the klipa out of Israel. That's the whole purpose of Christianity. It is the sneaky backside way God is allowing his
And
children
that, but
to
listen.
be purified.
But look, all of the assimilation is nothing more than the Erev Ra assimilating over.
All of the assimilation
do you
is
mean
nothing
assimilation?
more than the Erev Ra purifying itself completely away.
You know, that's a heck of a question to Rabbi Singer.
Well, thank you very much, Russell. All right.
That's it. That's
So-
that's the question.
Assimilation is like
There,
when you're one thing, but you don't want anybody to know that, so you become something else,
yeah.
so that you're not.
So you're
I got a little,
Yeah, so you're not killed.
technical question here for you.
And-
Do you know how
and a
to
lot of Jews
spell
did that.
Erev Ra?
And so he's
That's how you
saying
spell
that
it in
rectified or
English.
that's-
E-R.
how does he relate
EREVARV,
Um,
Erev Rav.
Okay.
he's
I can't
saying
even get
that-
it in English
Well,
to work
or
out.
it's actually, you don't have to put the Vav on it. It can be Erev Ra. Erev Ra. Now,
That the Jews that are assimilating to be Christianity were actually the Erev Ra that are being pulled out in Christianity. It's not the true Jews.
that's correct. They're not the true Jews.
Well, aren't they the well, first of all, they're the product of the 130 years Adam was
That's
in the
correct.
river.
Yeah.
That's correct. They're the,
And they're the 974 generations.
that's correct.
before it.
That's correct. They are the children of the Tower
So
of
it
Babel.
has to happen.
They are the children that was in Sodom and Gomorrah. That's the Erev Ra. It just keeps going in
So-
iterations and iterations.
So the Messianic Jews are just the Erev Ra.
Messianic Jews are just the Erev Ra, and so are the secular. See, there always has to be a hint of Erev Ra. You have to have that aspect for the polarity to work. Right now, it's Christianity and secular Zionism.
Before Judaism and Israel and Christianity split, those Jews that were going that way, they were the Erev Ra.
Yes.
They were the ones that were being separated out.
Yes, Jesus and his disciples are the Erev Ra. And Paul has been allowed by Hashem to clean up. The
You know, there's
pure
a story about
people.
Paul where he did that on purpose. He said, I will go and do this thing, and he just talked to the Sanhedrin and all of the high people. He said, if you do not curse my name, he said, I will go and I will separate them
Yeah.
from us. But he was separated on a Peshat level
Yeah.
because they were rebels.
Yes.
And they were going to get Israel destroyed. And he goes, I'm going to separate them out, but I'll go and do this thing if you never curse my name. So maybe Paul was a good guy.
Yeah, maybe Paul was a good guy in the end if he was doing an undercover operation for the Sanhedrin.
But he was doing an undercover operation in the
He was doing
in the
it
soul.
in the Sod. So he accomplished his mission. He cleaned up and got all the evil out of there, and they made their own religion once again. Now,
What a heck of a story.
they built their golden calf, and it's in the form of Mary and Joseph and all these things, and the cross and all these other things. So let's continue.
Okay. Well,
There is a if you look at Erev Ra, the word Erev Ra. E is Ain, Ra is Resh. What is Erev Ra? Ayin Resh is the word.
Ayin Resh.
It's the word evil. So, Moshe was turning this thing inside out. Adam had no choice either. And it is the topic, I guess is a good word, is a mother will go down with her children. In other words, if the ship's going down, mom's going down with the babies. She ain't leaving her babies. This is what happened with Adam. This is what happened with Moshe. Because they're connected. Now, what was the golden calf? The golden calf was a GPS system. It was what is going to navigate them through the tohu. But huge mistake, huge miscalculation. Everything that's done is done for good intent, even if it's the wrong thing. You know, nobody starts out to build. Everybody starts out to build an atomic bomb for good reason. But it can always lead to being the wrong thing. You see what I mean? So, the problem that they had was who was going to lead them. And when I say a GPS system, it was a navigating device, a cosmic navigating device. Because they said, Moshe's dead, who is going to lead? It's a navigating thing through the tohu. The problem was, it was unmitigated Guvarot, tohu. Mm-hmm. That's what they were. They were in the wilderness. The wilderness is a key word for tohu. Right. They were attached to Israel. They were trying to get out of there and get to Klai Israel. Mm-hmm. Trying to get all the way up to Teferet. They never made it. So.
Trying to do it themselves.
So, now, we have a, we're going to go through, I always do this, I always never get to my other parts, but that's okay. We're going to teach the Torah that needs to be taught from the teachings that cannot be taught. I ain't like that. Okay, and so he goes on the rest of the way and saying, and this is what you do, and take for yourself a portion of this, and he reiterates everything we've gone through 2 parshas ago. It talks about Bet Zael, and going through the sanctuary, and get the planks and acacia wood, and put them erect, and do all this. It's all heavy code words. And so we're going to jump to the end of Pekudei. Pekudei, which is also talking about the new moons, the feast, and all this stuff. See, what are these two parshas doing? They are re-establishing balance through separation. Now, if you'll look in chapter 40, it says, the cloud covered the tent of meeting, and the glory, or the term there is kavod, the glory of Hashem filled the tabernacle. Moses could not enter the tent of meeting, for the cloud rested upon it. And the kavod, the glory of Hashem filled the tabernacle. When the cloud was raised up from the tabernacle, the children of Israel would embark on all their journeys. If the cloud did not rise up, they would not embark until it rose up again. For the cloud of Hashem would be on the tabernacle by day, and fire would be on it by night, before all the eyes of Israel throughout their journeys. We have a problem here. Does anybody recognize what the problem is?
Fire.
Let me read it again and listen carefully. The cloud covered the tent of meeting, and the glory of Hashem filled the tabernacle. Moses could not enter the tent of meeting.
The tent of meeting is where, well, after
Let me back up. Moses could not enter.
Well, that's a problem, isn't it?
Right.
That's a huge problem.
He moved his tent away from.
But didn't Aaron enter into it? Couldn't Aaron do it?
Not at this point. Only
said outside.
Moses, because the cloud is Hashem. If Moses can't enter, nobody can enter.
Thank you, Teresa. What's going on?
Hashem is.
We have a heck of a problem here. Let's
That has to do with the navigational system, doesn't it?
let's
Obedience?
back up here. Let me see.
Who's that speaking?
I found it earlier today. What is his glory? Let me ask this question a different way. What is a man's glory?
His wife? His
The
nutwa?
Shekinah's not there.
His beard?
His home.
Those are all good. His wife,
Yes. His beard.
his beard.
What is that? You saying something?
Teresa,
I didn't say it.
what is his glory?
His so.
His yesod. What is Hashem's glory?
The covenant.
What is on the tip of the, what is the covenant on?
The Yosef.
The yesod.
That'd be his glory as well.
That's his glory as well. I'm looking for this here. And, I gotta go to Mishpatim. Mishpatim.
I like
That's
that
before
word.
Truma.
Mishpatim.
Okay. We have a problem because right here in Mishpatim, Moses ascended to the mountain and the cloud covered the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Moses always got to go into the cloud.
Right.
What if the cloud is Yesod?
Sounds weird.
If the cloud is Yesod and Moses is lower, then it's
He's
making
mountain.
union.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's the nukva.
Yeah, he's the Nukva, so he's making union. So if Moses can't go in to the tent of meeting, how can that be?
Because the tent of meeting is going into him.
Well, the problem is why isn't there a union being made?
Mm-hmm.
The problem is there has to be union made. All right.
Something's wrong with the nook.
Something's wrong here. So, but we have two different scenarios. One scenario we have a mountain, and one scenario we have a tabernacle. One is higher,
One is lower.
one is lower.
What happens above happens below.
Has to. Now, the bottom line is this. The Mishkan is the same word as Shekhinah. Mishkan, Shekhinah. And what is the tabernacle called? The Mishkan. It means to dwell. To dwell means to make union with. The Shekhinah.
Moses couldn't interrupt.
Moses couldn't interrupt. What is going on? It's the bridal chamber. But it can't happen unless Moses is there because he is the stimulation. So what happens? The Holy One grabs him by the arm and pulls him in anyway. He was never allowed in. He was never even allowed in on the mountain. When the Holy One is in union with the Shekhinah, when Zah and Nukva are in union, you can't go in there. So, what did God do to him on the mountain? He grabbed him by the arm and pulled him in. He was a part of it. So, this is the secret of Jacob's ladder. Because there's three parts. A top, a middle, and a bottom. Who was the one that translated all of it to the people? Moshe.
Where's that put him? At the top and bottom?
Doesn't matter
Okay.
at that point. But here's the secret of the matter. This is the prequel.
The what?
The
The
prequel.
prequel to Leviticus. Because when the bridal chamber is ready and Moses goes into the tent of meeting, we know that. And we know that, right? So, we have several words here. We have cloud. We have glory, which is kavod, which sounds like and is yesod. And what is the yesod of Hashem?
What does that smell?
Oh, it's burning. What is burning?
I don't know.
David and them just walked in. Maybe it's something outside. Let me go check.
Probably a white truck.
It's outside.
Whoa.
What is that? Something
Is
on
there a fire
fire?
somewhere?
I didn't see it. It's just something you smell it outside.
Okay.
So the Yesod is Metatron. This cloud is Metatron. The whole thing is Metatron because the tabernacle is a tabernacle of Metatron, right? We've learned that. So let me back up. Let me back up here. The word here, when it's talking about the cloud, sulam. Sulam.
Sulam is ladder.
Oh, it's the same word for ladder. Thank you, Russell. Well, let's break this down a little bit. We know it's a ladder, right? The S is the Hebrew letter what?
Shin.
Shin.
Or
Samic.
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 Oh, some, okay.
The M is the letter what?
Yeah.
The Aleph. A is the letter Aleph. So, what is a sulam?
Sandalphon, Metatron, and Adam. Oh.
It is the latter. And where do we get that from? Sulam. Oh, I'm sorry.
Is
I'm
that
sorry.
a-
I'm sorry. Sulam. Sulam is the S. Okay.
Yeah, there's something wrong there.
I'm sorry. I didn't go through my notes. Sulam is the F. Mutzav. Mutzav is the Mem.
Uh-huh.
And
What about the Lamed?
no, that's just Sulam. Sulam is the ladder, but we're gonna take the we're gonna take spell a word. Sulam, Mutzav, Adzah, which is the word. There was a ladder standing towards the earth. The ladder standing toward the earth. The Sulam, the ladder.
Uh-huh.
Mutzav, standing, Adzav toward the earth. So, this is a Catriel, Metatron, Sandalphon. Even in the verse, I'm taking you all the way back to Jacob's ladder here. And this is the cloud that descended as the ladder descended to the earth. This is the cloud that descended onto the tabernacle. This is the cloud that descended onto the mountain. This
I'm in the
is
wrong spot.
Metatron. All right? So, and because of all the goings on here, and Moses was in the midst of the cloud there, it plainly says. Now we flip all the way forwards here to tie this booger in to to the cloud that covered the tent of meeting. And what is the first words in Leviticus?
I don't know.
Anybody got a Bible?
I got one. And
Teresa, what are the first words of Leviticus?
He called to Moses.
Oh.
And Hashem spoke.
Oh, what happens when the bridal chamber is ready?
He calls.
Moses.
He calls him in.
He wasn't allowed in earlier.
He wasn't allowed
Wasn't
in
ready.
because it wasn't ready. And then, when it was ready, he called him in. First time he grabbed him, pulled him in. Because he was part of the union. So, as you can see, these parshas and the things that are going on there, and the rectification, and the fixing, and the mending, and the dynamics that's taking place here is far beyond the basic read. Far, 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 far beyond. So, I'll cover a little bit here in the apples, and then I'll cover some stuff in Zohar. Let's see. I covered that. This is why the Sabbath's so important. Since someone who serves idols is considered as if he has denied the entire Torah, in other words, if you do not keep the Sabbath, you are an idol worshiper, because it is the remedy. Moses commanded them concerning two things, that they are considered equal to the entire Torah. First is Shabbat. A person who observes Shabbat, as we have said before, is considered to observe the entire Torah. The second thing is the construction of the tabernacle, which we don't have that anymore. So all we have left is the Shabbat. I went through the workshop. The work shall be done. In other words, it kind of worked on itself. Now, do you remember any of the teachings on the ark? The word Aron. A-R-O-N. Aron, which is the word for ark.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the Gentile called Arvana? He was King Arvana.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in the Zohar, this is where a portion of that section, and he was a Gentile, and his name was Arvana, and he sold the place of the Evan Shtia to King David, and King David called him King Arona. So, once again, what is Da'at? Upper Yesod. Right? Front side, back side. The Erev Ra and the children of knowledge. Israel. Those who are rectified by what? The Torah. And which is Shabbat. Is the rectification of Da'at. That's why you get an extra soul added to you on Shabbat, a neshama. You get the neshama from keeping Shabbat. That's where neshama comes from, according to the Zohar. All right. Well, down here, Da'at fell all the way down to Yesod, all the way to Malchut. And what is the foundation? Foundation stone. It is the fallen Da'at of Adam. It is the Yesod. Now, so what David is trying to do is get up the place to put the ark on. What is the ark? It's the culmination of everything. So he finds this place, and if you divided it in half, the back side is Arvana.
Arvana?
Yeah. Arvana. And the front side is Orna. This is the same guy. This is the same guy in Torah. We see in his name in Samuel, and then again it's stated in Chronicles. Except in Chronicles, he's called king. What is Malchut called?
King.
Kingdom. So the ark has two sides. There is the other side, and then there's the front. Everything has two sides.
Okay.
All right. What's the back side of Moshe? Balaam. Right. What's the back side of the children of Israel? The Erev Ra. So this is something very important to us, brothers of Jacob.
Wow.
Because this is the Gentile. And this is the Or. What is Or?
Like.
And Or, Ian, So when you come from the back side to the front side, you change from darkness to light.
Okay.
All right? And this is the word ark is Aran. Hold on. Do you see it? The Hebrew word for ark is this. When the Gentile gets it, it's the same word. It's invert. It inverts. So, this is the secret of King Orna, who was Arvona, which is the secret of the Gentiles and the Evangelia and the Ark of the Covenant.
Well, he used it for a threshing floor, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Wasn't he stimulating it?
Yes, he was. Of course he was. So, furthermore, if we take the Aleph of Aaron, equal numerical value of 1,000, it is the numerical value if you combine all the gematrias of Akatriel, Metatron, and Sandalphon. It equals, let's see, the Aleph, Resh, Vav, Nun of Aaron. I don't want to bore you with this. The gematria of Aaron, the ark, is 1256. Okay? Aleph is 1,000. Resh is 200.
15.
Vav 6, Nun 50. Akatriel is 622. Metatron is 314. And Sandalphon is 280. So the whole ladder structure that we went through is 1256. So those three, Sandalphon, Metatron, and Akatriel, their gematria is the same as the ark, and which makes it all. And if we turn from Arvona to Aaron, we have the same letters as Aaron.
Is it the same gematria of ladder?
My phone went dead.
I'm
The
not-
Sandalphon,
I'm-
Metatron, and
I'm not sure. It would be Sulam.
Yeah, it won't make it. It'll never make it to 1256.
Now, the tablets inside the three arcs are the manifestations of Haviyah of Atzilut. So, and the ark had the ark had 3 layers.
I know what they're doing.
The ark had 3 layers. The ark had 3 layers. So, the bottom bottom layer is Asiya. The next layer is Yetzirah. The next layer is Beriah, and above it Atzilut. So that's why there was 3 layers of the ark. Now, enough of boring you with gematrias. Sometimes that can be.
I like them, Andre.
Yeah, Russell gets into gematrias. We'll go just for a few more seconds here. I'm gonna go through here. Oh, I thought this was neat. What does it mean when it says, when Joshua heard war, there was war in the camp. He's on the mountain, and Joshua heard. It was the voice of the other side. Why did Moses not hear? Why did Joshua hear it and not Moses? Because the other side is only connected to down here, Malchut. Who
Moses
is-
was up.
Yeah, Moses up here.
So if Joshua, if he was the Nukva, then he was connected to
Yeah.
that side.
See, so and it said, and Joshua heard the war in the camp. That's why it doesn't say Moses heard, because Joshua was connected to that side, not to the other side, but he's connected. He is Malchut. So, and Malchut is where the other side attacks. And very interesting. You know, we've talked previously about, you know, and they had to make the incense and everything because evil cannot get away. Has to leaves the incense, the perfumes, the frankincense, the myrrh, and all the spices and all these things. It can't be around it, right? So the beard covers the neck, right? Because that's the most katnut place on the body, the most constricted place. So that's why animals attack at the neck, because, you know, it's a place where evil attacks, so to speak. So isn't it odd that women put perfume on their neck?
Do you shave your neck?
No, well, not much.
Yeah. See, mine grows further down. I shave mine.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
to
mine
keep
is,
the evil away, huh?
yeah. And what is a woman's 99% erogenous zone? Her neck.
Yeah.
Where do the vampire movies attack?
Their neck.
Their neck. Everything has an iteration. So, at the time the first tablets broke, the reason they broke, why did the tablets break? Because the letters left them and they became too heavy and Moses couldn't hold them anymore. By the voice of the other side is that by that arousal it enters between the voices, namely between Tiferet and the voice Malchut, so that the lower voice darkens, namely Malchut. Therefore the arousal of the other side comes early, and the serpent that seduced Eve enters between them. And this is the sound of noise, of war, the voice of evil. That is Shemot 32:17. The angel of death is, I'll just give you a real brief overview of this deal. I thought it was pretty interesting. When you're at a funeral, a man should not really go to a funeral, especially righteous man, because where there are women, there is extreme guvurot, and when there's mourning, the angel of death is there. And so if you go to a funeral as a man, you should not look a woman in the eye, because the evil, the angel of death can kill you. In other words, bring you to a premature death. And so
Boy, like we really need to know that.
you should never look a woman in the eye at a funeral, and you should not go. Now you understand, the ark is a coffin, and the whole ark thing started, and they put Joseph in an ark, right? Mm-hmm. And which is a coffin. Well, they put, you know, all this stuff, the Torah, which is masculine, in an ark. Because who is Joseph? He's just sewed. Mm-hmm. So only righteous men should be put in a coffin. Because the coffin is an ark. And it's a sign of union. And so if a man has not been righteous, then he desecrates Yesod. He desecrates the covenant. He desecrates piousness and righteousness. And his torment lasts longer.
That would explain kind of why they threw the bodies of thieves or whatever in Jerusalem just out in the garbage pit.
Yeah.
They didn't bury them.
Because the worms eat them fast. Because the torture comes as long as the body is preserved. And if the body is in a casket, it's in union, it's preserved, and so the torture lasts longer. And so, really, if you are a very, very evil person, you just want to be thrown in the dirt and let the buzzards and worms eat you really, really quick.
I'll never watch Bones with the same context again.
So, and this is what it says. When a person is sentenced, the angel of death kills him. When a dead man is taken to a cemetery, the angel of death is among women. So men must not look at women. The ancient wise men decreed that a shofar be blown when the dead person was taken from his house, in order that the angel of death should have no power over the living. And it goes on and talks about you should, and that's why in the Parsha, because it's talking about the ark, he quits saying the children of Israel. He says, and the women and the men. If you notice that, go back and read it. It doesn't say, and the children of Israel did this, and it said, and the women and the men, because not only there's more separation going on. So the women either walked in front of the men, or the women walked behind the men, but they were not together because of this everything that's going on with the ark, as it alludes, breaking it on down to the level of a coffin.
Is there anything said about women getting rid of the angel of death among them?
No, you blow the shofar. That's the secret. If somebody dies,
Well, if you're saying, like, if you're at the funeral, someone blows the shofar.
well, no, like if you're at the house before you go to the funeral, like if somebody dies and you go to the house and you're going to go to the funeral and go to the cemetery and do all that thing, you blow the shofar at the house before you leave.
Your house.
Their house or wherever you're at.
Yeah.
That's because the shofar, what does it do? It runs away the evil inclination, the angel of death, just like at Rosh Hashanah. That's why you blow the shofar at Rosh Hashanah. So you won't have judgment upon you. Same thing there. Now,
That'd be what the evil. Look in the guru.
it says, and what is his remedy? How to beware of the angel of death? And he said that when a dead man is carried to the cemetery, a man should turn his face away from women and let them walk behind him. If the woman walk first, he should walk behind them so as not to see them face to face. And when they come back from the cemetery, he should not walk in the same way that they are or the way they are standing, nor look at them, but he should go another way. And since most people do not know and do not care for this, most of them are judged and passed away before their time.
They're judged what way?
They're judged and passed away before their time.
Because Guvarot, that is judgment.
It just attaches. So, it is better for a man not to escort the dead. And what do? They have pallbearers.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nobody knows this. I mean,
No, nobody knows this, but we do.
so avoiding funerals from now on.
And why is the death angel among women? Because this is the way since he seduced Eve and brought death through the whole world. It's an iteration.
Well, that too, and in a practical application, because we are where we are, and we are.
The shofar will be blown, and the dead was taken from the house right here. And this is what is called likewise the ways of an adulterous woman, because the adulterous woman alludes to the angel of death. And it says, and she eats and wipes her mouth, and her feet go down to death. These are all Psalms and Proverbs. And at the calf, many died. The angel of death was among the women inside the camp of Israel. So Moses gathered the congregation of Israel together. These were the men alone, and then he separated them, as not to defile it. The angel of death did not leave the women until the tabernacle was built. And it says, and Moses erected the tabernacle. Shemot 40:18. Until Moses saw that, and it says, and the angel of death did not move far away from them, until Moses saw that and advised that men not have contact with with them and look at them face to face and walk behind the women. And it says, and they came, both men and women, Shemot 35:22. It does not say they came. It says, and they came both men and women. And this is the problem of Lot. See, how do we know that from Lot? As it says, escape from your life and do not look behind you. Who was behind him? His wife. Because a man has to have a place to hide, so that the destroyer cannot see his face. Therefore is written, and Hashem shut him in the ark. Pretty good, but we'll go on. Just for y'all's information, Elijah and Jonah have a very like angels were ascending or descending and ascending and all these different things. Who ascended? Elijah. Who descended? Jonah. You see, there's the up and down principle going on there. There's a whole big thing in here on Jonah.
Well, was Jonah representing the neshama and descended, and how did the neshama descend?
Yeah, you know, it's even more than that. It's talking about the ark, so it's talking about the coffin. And everything that, not only is it talking about the soul, but it's talking about the body too. So it's everything that's going on with the ark is also going on with Jonah there. And Moses gathered. This is a secret of heaven, Zeranpin as well. And what did Moses gather? He gathered Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel. And he asked, it is written, he will bring it, Shemot 35, and not they, and it's not they will bring it, but it's, and he will bring it. I thought that was pretty good. And all those things that it says they brought, gold, silver, brass, purple, scarlet, fine linen, goats, all these things, that all adds up to 12 things. So there's always 12 things that are coming out. Last thing here we will talk about, and I always try to find out a cool Shabbat thing for us in here. There is a whole study on Shabbat I want to come back and go through. At another time probably. Let's go through this. This is talking about the additional soul. Then the ruach of the soul is added to Israel in each and every one, and it washes itself in perfumes in the garden. This is the secret of the smelling of the spices and the incense is the ruach. The Shabbat itself adds additional ruach, and actually that's it illuminates on all sides. Half of it divides and turns up, and half of it divides and turns down. This is the secret of looking at your fingernails on Havdalah. And we've been doing it all wrong, but we have the correct way. This is the meaning of, and a covenant between me and the children of Israel. Up, me, and the children of Israel. Down. The Ruach was divided between him and the children of Israel. The upper portion is adorned on that day, on the higher, holy pleasure and joys, the supernal glow, most ancient of days, the Keter. And then the meal prepared lower by the children of Israel. Therefore, one should delight in the food, because one thing's up, one thing's down. And this is where there is rest for the nephesh on this day, because it cleaves to the ruach. And Shabbat, when Shabbat leaves, the ruach goes up. Woe to the nephesh for losing that which it has lost. The wise who are initiated in the high secrets perform their marital duties on Shabbat night in order to, as was explained, to keep to keep the lower crown on Malchut, receives what she receives from Zerampin through coupling by day, and gives nourishment to her armies. And this is what is meant by, in our prayer that we read on Shabbat, she rises also while it is night and gives food to her household and a portion to her maidens. That is the secret of what's going on in that verse. But of course there is union also at night. This is the reason of the night of Shabbat, which is Malchut. This distributes souls to those wise men who are, which is the secret of wisdom. So in other words, it's giving back. And there is no union on another day that is as complete and joyful as on the Sabbath, because you do not want to mix it with the other side. For this reason, these wise men know these secrets. They should organize and perform their conjugal duties on that night. Why? Because on all of the days of the week we have different ruach dwelling in the world. But on this night, the superior ruach descends to the holy children, and this blows from the secret of Atik Yomim, as it is written, between me and the children of Israel. On Shabbat Eve, all demons disperse and go into a hole in the ground, so that they will not be able to have power over them. Alright, and we'll go over the deal as we just read on the fingers. And we covered the part on the light because of, we don't kindle the fire because of the garden and the nakash and all that. Now, so here's how it works. If this is the candle, alright, on the Havdalah service, you only use your right hand, because in the world to come, all guvarot will be mitigated. So you don't use your right and left hand. So you'll put, and you use the back of your hand, because, and Hashem said, my face you shall not see, because this is the face of your hand. This is the back of your hand. He said, your face, my face you shall not see. Alright? So the light reflects off the fingers pointing upward first, as in the pointing up first. Then, so you look at it, then you close your hand, put your fingers down, then you look at your fingers that has concealed the upper. It's concealed now. And then you look at your fingernails from this side. So first it's like this, then it's like this, on the right hand, on Havdalah. And I asked Rabbi Bax, I said, is that the correct way to do it? He goes, oh yeah, that's the way you do it. I said, well, everybody does it like this. He goes, oh yeah, everybody does it that way. And I said, well, is this the correct way? He goes, oh yeah, only the deep Kabbalists know that. So, what we're learning as we're going through this stuff is we're finding out the correct prayers, the correct order, the correct way to do all this stuff, and we're going to have it figured out by the time we're all done. Whenever that is. Whenever that is. So, what we will do next week, I'm going to go through and read through here and pick out some stuff. There's a lot more stuff. Of course, we've gone for an hour and 45 minutes already. There's a lot more stuff in here that is really, really good. Let's see if we... And here's the Ornan. Actually misspelled it a while ago. Oh, it's O-R-N-A-N, Ornan. Which is, which Arvona, here. which is Arvona, is literally ark in Hebrew. It's down there at the bottom. So his name was literally Ark, the ark.
Need another N on it.
Yeah, it needs another N.
Okay.
Or non.
Or
Maybe we'll learn a little bit about the red heifer next
yeah,
time.
that's gonna be good.
Because what would be the secret of that iteration?
Kuro.
Golden calf versus the red heifer.
All right, that sounds like a matchup. That sounds like
That's a match
matchup.
made in heaven.
Mike, could you repeat the purpose of looking at our fingernails?
Well, it is basically on a Peshat level, you're looking at the reflection of light. In other words, you have no light of your own, and the Sabbath light is the sort of light from heaven, and so you are seeing yourself for what it is, and you are letting the light of God emanate and reflect off you, so to speak. On a deeper level, the when Adam was in Gan Eden, he didn't have skin, and the fingernails are the remnants of what the body would look like translucently, and so that's why you do it at Havdalah, because the Havdalah is the Sabbath is over. You're in the world to come, you know, and so you're not going to have skin, and so you're just kind of going through that iteration, seeing the light, seeing into yourself, so to speak. You're actually not supposed to look into your fingers to see yourself. You're really not supposed to do that. That's a no-no. But what it is you're seeing the covering for what it is. In other words, your skin is not what you are. It's more your fingernails. So because the fingernails come out of the backside.
Ah,
So because it's on the backside, that's what it has become. And all sorcery and divination, a lot of it is done with fingernail clippings. So you're supposed to clip your you're supposed to clip your fingernails and throw them away.
What about painting the fingernails when you're taking that and you're covering that translucentness?
I don't know. And I was thinking about this the other night, and I was thinking, I wonder if it's even holy to have long fingernails at all. I don't know.
That's where I'm going.
What would be wrong with, I mean, what would it represent, what do you think it might?
Well, it's
have long?
I know they thought it was ugly because a woman that was doing that, she let her fingernails grow and cut her hair off, and this would be like ugliness to a woman. Long fingernails in the Torah is a form of ugliness.
yeah. That's a question we'll ask Rabbi and see. Everything that we do in America is probably the absolute opposite wrong thing that we're supposed to be doing. We're finding that out.
Well, I mean, how do we apply this? How do we apply what we're learning? It's overwhelming.
Okay.
Well, moderately.
Let's answer that.
Okay,
Let's answer that.
do.
All right. Pick a topic.
Funerals.
Funerals. All right.
As a woman,
As a woman.
makes me think, ooh.
What about all the sunglasses in there? People go out to like a graveside. It seems like a lot of people wear sunglasses at funerals.
It's because it's sunny and it hurts your eyes.
Well, or they're crying, they don't want people to see
Or
that,
wind
or
is-
whatever
Well,
you
The
say.
wind
I'm
is
gonna-
making your
I'm
eyes
gonna
water.
tell you how I'm gonna approach it. I ain't going to no funeral. All right.
Well, we're not gonna
It's-
get away with it forever.
It says
Several
that
that you'll
a
have
wise
to go to.
man should not go. Now, if it's a parent or something like that, I'm gonna go. But I've got a shofar too.
Mm-hmm.
And you can bet your bottom dollar I'm gonna blow it.
Cause I was gonna say, I've never been to a Jewish funeral.
But it's never associated, what you're talking about is not associated with women anyway. I mean, it's the men that are looking in the eyes of the Guvarot, it's a Hesed looking in the eyes of Guvarot that's causing the problem. The women going to it,
Yeah, the women going to it aren't a problem. It's only a problem for the men.
yeah, it's a man issue.
It's a man problem.
Well, it kinda
So
makes me
could
wanna,
we counteract that by wearing sunglasses as women?
No. You don't understand. It's on it. It's on. It's the
On us.
yes,
On our
yes,
body.
yes.
It's
Y'all
like
are
a
Monkey
doing-
on your back.
Yeah, it's a monkey on your back.
so
Yeah.
it's not like, as a woman, I go to a funeral and feel like, oh, I'm,
No, and it has
You're
no.
not a harbinger of the angel of death.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it has no effect on you.
well, it makes me feel bad just to think about
Well,
it.
that's just the
Well,
way.
that consciousness probably mitigates it right there.
That
In a
what?
sense, that consciousness
Oh,
probably mitigates it right there because you know what's going on and you can mitigate it by not having that presence of judgment. And that would probably hinder.
Black veils, like they used to do.
Black veils would go pretty
Yeah,
good.
women. Women used to wear black hats. They
yeah.
had long black veils, went past their shoulders.
Yeah,
They
but
wore black and
Well,
black.
if-
Or
tights.
just avoid looking
If-
at a man in the eye.
if that's what they did, in
Because they
Israel,
don't know any better. but
then
you
that would
do.
be fine. But I mean, just because they wear black over here and it's a veil, you know.
Not gonna-
What I'm learning is any customs that we have over here are wrong. Or any customs that we have are they're all they are is a bacon double cheeseburger. They're a pepperoni pizza,
Oh, please.
you know. That
Well, I
I
don't
mean,
want to go to funerals anymore.
yeah. I mean, you know, I'm.
Well, look, after the last funeral I went to, when they said that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob were all in hell, and I couldn't get out of there. Is what the preacher was saying. I'm not going unless I have to go because and I was sitting in there and I was in the middle of so many packed
Dude,
people.
I'd have stood up and said, "Are you serious?"
Why would a preacher say that? I've never heard such
It was
Okay, let's close out. All right. The Torah is amazing. The sages are amazing. The rabbis are amazing. Our class is amazing. And we will see y'all this time next week, hopefully with some more great Torah. Erta?